You know that, you know what President Trump is going to see from this stage when he looks out, right? He's going to see an ocean of unapologetical American patriots. Please bear with me. Those of you who have ever heard me speak small groups, large groups, I always start by thanking a group of people who are not here. A group of people who are never in the fun things, the celebrations. But join me in thanking the men and women who allow us to live in freedom. The men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Thank you. Thank you to our heroes. Thank you to our heroes. And let's also thank those individuals who are always there when we call them. They go in when others run out. That's the police and the firefighters are also our heroes. Thank you. You have our backs. We love you, and the president has your backs as well. You all know that the contrast between President Trump and his policies and Mr. Biden and his policies could not be more dramatic. You know, you've heard it, right? Biden says that he's going to raise your taxes. Well, you know, he may not have noticed. President Trump created the strongest economy in 50 years because he cut your taxes. He lowered your taxes. He didn't raise them. And despite that latest import from communist China, the virus, President Trump, he's growing this economy one more time like we have not seen in the history of the United States of America. Hey, by the way, I mentioned I mentioned communist China. Let me, since I mentioned communist China, I'm not going to say that Beijing's billions bought Biden, but Biden has spent 5 decades exporting good American jobs to China. That's the Biden legacy. President Trump, I mentioned the contrast. President Trump, he's confronting China. And he's bringing those great jobs back to America, back to Florida, back to our home. So no, maybe I won't say that Beijing's billions bought Biden. But one of Biden's achievements, listen to this please, one of Biden's great achievements is that tax increase on medical devices built in the United States. Not the ones built in China, a tax on medical devices built in the United States. And we also saw what those radical, call them progressive, left-wing policies did when the virus got here. And we were all of a sudden dependent on China for those products to save American lives. To save American lives. Oh, no. I may not say that Beijing's billions bought Biden, but I will say that President Trump is bringing the manufacturing of medical devices, of pharmaceutical devices, back to America and back to Puerto Rico, where they were and where they need to come back again. And incredibly, Biden keeps saying that China's not a problem. No, they're the good guys. That a strong, powerful China is good for the world and good for the United States. My friends, I don't have to say that Beijing's billions bought Biden. because the American people, because you spot a sellout and you know corruption when you see it. The contrast couldn't be more dramatic, my dear friends. Biden went out of his way. We know that well in this community. Went out of his way to help, to legitimize, to even fund the worst enemies of America everywhere around the world. From the mullahs in Iran, or the Castro dictatorship in Cuba, or the Chavez Maduro dictatorship in Venezuela, or the Ortega dictatorship in Nicaragua. Yes, that contrast I was talking about. Thank you, President Trump, for standing with the people fighting for freedom and not their oppressors, the way Biden has always shamefully done. Have you all seen the video? Have you all seen the video of that narco-socialist, self-described progressive, the dictator in Venezuela, Maduro, calling Biden Comrade Biden? Not my words. That contrast couldn't be more dramatic. You see, the people fighting for freedom, from Venezuela to Hong Kong and everywhere in between, they see in President Trump, they see him as hope, as their champion, and as their freedom fighter. That's who President Trump is. He is our freedom fighter. So while Maduro calls Biden Comrade Biden, I'm so sure, I'm convinced, that with another 4 years of President Trump in the White House, this entire hemisphere, everyone in this hemisphere will call President Trump the man who liberated this hemisphere from communism and from socialism. Can you bear with me? Can I tell you a secret? Can I tell you a secret? Can we keep it just between us? All right. You know, there is one thing. Let's be fair, huh? Let's be fair. There is one thing that, frankly, no American president has ever achieved. And, you know, one thing that, frankly, most people probably think is kind of unfair to even ask a U.S. president to try to do. And you know what that is, right? What's the thing that's impossible? Imagine asking our President Trump, or any president, imagine, to negotiate successfully to bring peace to the Middle East. I mean, oh, that's right. Well, you know it. You know it. President Trump is succeeding there as well. When you talk about President Trump, you're not talking about a Washington insider. We're not speaking about somebody who has been in government 5 decades with nothing positive to show for it. No. When you talk about President Trump, you're talking about the president who achieves the seemingly unachievable. The president who does what he says he's going to do. The president who unapologetically stands with the people of the United States of America. President Trump, you've seen him. President Trump doesn't hide in a basement. He works tirelessly for our country and for our people. Friends, now it's up to us. For the sake of our children, for the sake of our grandchildren, for the sake of this exceptional country of ours, to do everything we can to re-elect Donald Trump for another 4 years. And finally, let me ask you, please join me. Join me in thanking President Trump for rebuilding the United States military. Thank you, President Trump, for standing with our brave men and women in blue, in green, and in brown. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, President Trump, for standing with the people of America, not with the elites eating ice cream in San Francisco. And thank you, President Trump, for delivering on your sacred promise to the American people in making America great again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's up to us. It's up to us to do everything, to work hard, to become his voices here to make sure that when Tuesday comes and goes, for the next 4 years, we will have Donald Trump as the President of the United States of America. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Good night.
Y ahora pónganse de pies y denle una bienvenida a la banda Los Tres de La Habana.
¡Hola, Miami! Un gritico, Miami. ¿Están ready para bailar? Vamos a darle la bienvenida a uno de los grupos más exitosos en la historia de esta vida y de esta campaña de Donald Trump. ¿Quiénes ustedes son? ¿Quiénes ustedes creen que sean? ¡Los Tres de La Habana!
Los Tres de La Habana, Trump song. Come on, let's go. Come on, yeah. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Repeat. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. The people know how to vote, no fear, no more. No more. Vote for Trump. Let's do it. Vote for Trump. If you wanna keep America great, vote for Trump. Yeah, my vote for Trump. Come on, let's go. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. I don't believe in fake news. All I need is the truth. Because we love the country. We love it just like you. Like you. Economy. For Trump. Life is good. For Trump. We love the country. We love it just like you. Go. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Come on. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Mambo! Ay, como dice. Bueno, vamos a ver. Latino, manos para arriba. Ahí. Vamos a ver. God bless America.
Come on.
If you feel proud to be America, raise your hand. God bless America. If you feel proud to be America, raise your hand. God bless America.
God bless America.
If you feel proud to be America, raise your hand. God bless America. I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote
Raise your hands, come on.
for
Raise
Donald
your
Trump.
hands. Dale cintura, 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 cintura.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump.
Let's do it. Latino for Trump.
I will vote
Yeah.
for Donald Trump.
Bueno, señoras y señores, everybody, let's sing this song, everybody, together, okay? I need you loud, loud, because I want you Trump. Hear that song, okay? Again. Yo quiero que todo el mundo lo cante fuerte, para que nuestro presidente la escuche, okay?
En español bien ahorita.
Viene ahora.
So,
Tranquilito.
come on. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh my God, I will vote.
Everybody,
I will vote.
Come on. Repeat, repeat.
Oh my God, I will vote.
come on.
I will vote.
Hey.
For Donald. Come on, vamos a ver.
Oh my God, I will vote.
Let's do it.
I will vote.
Okay. Repítelo.
Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump.
I will
Vote for Donald Trump. I love my freedom. I will vote for Donald Trump. Everybody to the right. Are you ready? Just my side. I will vote for Donald Trump.
Let's go.
Land of the free, land of the brave. I will vote for Donald Trump.
Come on.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump.
Los aladinos.
I will vote
Hey.
for Donald Trump.
Repítalo, repítalo.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Everybody raise your hands.
Come
Raise
on.
your
Come
hands.
on. Come on.
Everybody raise your hands like that. Good. Are you ready? Come on.
To the right, to the left, in your eyes, up, in your chest, in front.
Come on.
Azúcar! To the right, to the left, in your eyes, up, in your chest, in front.
Come on.
Azúcar!
Come on.
To the right, to the left, in your eyes, up, in your chest, in front.
Come on.
Azúcar!
Now. I want everybody singing. Okay? Let's do it. Okay, everybody, ready? Come on. 1, 2, 3, come on.
Oh my God, I will vote.
Come on.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Everybody, come on.
Oh my God, I will vote.
That's all right. Come on.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Hey,
Hey,
oh my God, I will vote.
I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh my God, I will vote.
No, no, no.
Despacito.
Pero que no, no, no.
Despacito.
Everybody boo.
Despacito.
Come on.
Despacito. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote
Come on.
for Donald Trump.
Yeah. Miami.
Miami.
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. Come on. 4 more years.
4 more years.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miami.
See you later.
See you later.
Please welcome United States Senator Rick Scott.
Hello, Miami! All right, is Trump going to win big here? Okay, so here's a test. You have to say either Trump or Biden. Okay, who's better for jobs? Trump! Who cares about our law enforcement? Who cares about our military? Who cares about holding dictators accountable? Well, who are we going to vote for next year wins? So how in the world does Joe Biden think he has a shot in Florida? He's had 47 years to do nothing for Florida. He'll never stand up to a dictator. By the way, what did he say about Venezuela? He said he was going to negotiate with Maduro and dump Guaido. Boo! So, if we do our job, we're going to have a big win in Florida. We have a big win in Florida. Donald Trump will have a big win nationwide. We're going to do it, right? Vote! 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 El Partido Demócrata de Joe Biden se ha convertido en el Partido Socialista. Nuestro país merece algo mejor. Queremos 4 años más. 4 años más. Now, it is my distinct honor I get the distinct honor to introduce an individual that has lived under socialism, has been arrested by Nicolas Maduro, was fortunate enough to get out of prison. In March 2019, his wife, Romy, came to see me and said, my husband's in prison. What did he do wrong? He said he was the chief of staff of Juan Guaido. Fortunately, today, Roberto Marrero is out of prison. He's here to talk about the problems of socialism and why Donald Trump is way better than Joe Biden. The former chief of staff of Juan Guaido from Venezuela, Roberto Marrero.
Excuse me, we're going to speak in Spanish because I want to speak with my heart. And my heart speaks in Spanish, not in English. Sorry. Buenas noches, Dios los bendiga. Ah, pero sí entienden, ¿eh? Claro, es que la libertad, cuando uno habla de libertad, no hay puerta al idioma, todo el mundo entiende bien. Bueno, mi nombre es Roberto Marrero, soy un expreso político de Venezuela. Te bendiga. Quiero darle el agradecimiento al senador Scott por la invitación, al senador Marco Rubio, al presidente Trump, particularmente al presidente Trump por haber recibido a mi familia apenas 4 días después de que fui encarcelado. Mi familia fue recibida en la Casa Blanca y atendieron el caso y le dieron la importancia que tenía la lucha por la libertad y la democracia en Venezuela. No quiero hablarles como un inmigrante, porque no lo soy. Les quiero hablar como lo que siento que más me identifica, como un preso político que vio en carne propia la desgracia que es el socialismo y el comunismo que hay en Venezuela, que es una dictadura tan igual y tan perversa como la de Cuba o la de Nicaragua o de cualquier sistema que no sea democrático como este país sí lo es. Soy un venezolano que quiere luchar por un cambio político, que lo único que pedimos en Venezuela es una elección, más nada. Ustedes aquí están cerca de una elección muy importante. Es lo que nosotros queremos. Y a los hermanos de Nicaragua, de Cuba, de Venezuela, quiero que piensen qué se siente poder votar en otro país que no es el suyo y que en su país de origen no se pueda votar. Que no puedan elegir en Venezuela o en Cuba o en Nicaragua porque simplemente no hay derechos, porque simplemente la oposición es aprisionada, porque simplemente el que piensa distinto va a la cárcel o peor, es asesinado. Aquí en Estados Unidos pronto hay una elección, pero durante 20 años que estuvo el régimen de Chávez y Maduro en Venezuela, aquí hubo muchas elecciones, muchísimas, y en todas hubo debates, en todas hubo polémica, en todas habían temas de debate, habían agendas, pero nunca se habló del tema Venezuela. El tema Venezuela y la pérdida de la libertad en Venezuela solo se convirtió en un tema cuando la administración de Donald Trump ni siquiera era un poder, era una aspiración a poder, era en una candidatura. Y en el debate político en los Estados Unidos hace 4 años se empezó a hablar de verdad, en serio, del tema Venezuela. No voy a cuestionar a los partidos políticos ni a los ciudadanos en su decisión de votar. Primero, porque es su derecho, y segundo, porque no es mi rol. Yo soy un ciudadano que ve la política global. Durante muchos años viví la política en Venezuela en primera fila, pero ya no es así. Y ya con mucho respeto, viendo la política global, me he dado cuenta que aquí en los Estados Unidos hay una opción real que defiende la democracia y la libertad, que entendió lo grave que es la dictadura y el régimen de Maduro, y más aún sus aliados como los Castro, que son los verdaderos génesis, los que de verdad inventaron, los que colonizaron con su dictadura y el comunismo de Venezuela. Hay una verdad innegable que no se puede discutir. Solamente cuando llegó la administración Donald Trump a la Casa Blanca fue que se tomó en serio la realidad de Venezuela, se tomó en serio y se enfrentó con todo el gobierno y todas las instituciones de Estados Unidos para luchar por la verdadera libertad de la democracia en Venezuela, en Cuba, en Nicaragua. Y es por eso que estoy aquí, por agradecimiento y porque estoy convencido de que la administración de Donald Trump es la que realmente entendió lo grave que es la amenaza global del régimen de los Castro, de Maduro y sus aliados. Y es por eso que hoy hago esto. No lo hago simplemente como yo como persona, yo no comprometo al gobierno, yo soy exfuncionario, pero lo hago porque tengo que ser agradecido, porque mi padre, que era un inmigrante cubano en Venezuela, me enseñó a ser agradecido. Y aquí vengo a decirle muchas gracias a esta administración por haber dado este fuerte apoyo a la liberación de Venezuela. Yo no voto aquí, ustedes sí. Yo no puedo decir qué hacer, pero yo creo que ustedes saben que va a ser lo correcto. Así que Dios los bendiga, hagan lo correcto y por favor sigamos apoyando la democracia y la libertad, porque no solo es la libertad de este país, es la región. Mientras haya una dictadura en el mundo, no estamos seguros. Las dictaduras son un cáncer, una enfermedad contagiosa que va más allá, y durante muchos años subestimaron las otras administraciones subestimaron el cáncer del comunismo de Cuba. Y esas mismas administraciones subestimaron el cáncer del comunismo de Venezuela. Y esas mismas administraciones subestimaron cómo en toda Sudamérica empezaron a haber franquicias del comunismo de Chávez y de Maduro. Pero hoy ustedes tienen la oportunidad de darle un parado a eso y hacer que una administración que está haciendo lo correcto lo siga haciendo bien. Así que Dios los bendiga. En sus manos está una decisión muy importante, quizás la más importante de muchos años. Buenas noches, Dios los bendiga, muchas gracias.
Please welcome United States Senator Marco Rubio.
Look at this crowd. In a few minutes, right before you will be the President of the United States. Now, he has been to a lot of great rallies. We've seen him, right, on television. But there's no rally like a Florida rally. Listen, I saw yesterday a video of these people in Texas. Did you see it? All the cars on the road with the... We love what they did, but here's the thing they don't know. We do that in Florida every day. I love seeing the boat parades. You've seen the boat parades? We thank all the great patriots in those boat parades on behalf of the president. But we want them to know we've been doing that for 4 years. And the other day at a rally, I saw the president do a little movement to that YMCA song. Not here. Aquí hay que bailar la salsa. So maybe we'll get something out of that. Listen, I appreciate you being here. I'll be very quick. This crowd here is as diverse as you can imagine. Let's do a little roll call. ¿Dónde están los cubanos? A ver, ¿y los venezolanos? ¿Y los nicaragüenses? ¿Dominicanos? ¿Colombianos? And now the loudest one of all, Americano! And that's the point. And that is the point. USA. And that is the point. I don't know what they're going to write about tomorrow. I don't know what the news is going to say tonight. But I know the truth. This president has united tonight in one place at one time. People from all over the world united by one thing. They are proud Americans. Now, Now, listen. I do not want to be mean to Joe Biden. I didn't. And so I was going to be very careful about what I said here tonight. But then, I realize it's 10:30. He's already asleep. I can say whatever I want. So, one of the things... Don't wake him up. Don't wake him up. Listen. One of the things that unites so many of the people here are you have come to this country because you lost your native land. And you lost it to something called socialism. People get on rafts to get away from socialism. People risk being eaten by sharks to get away from socialism. People leave behind their homes, their families, their loved ones, their entire life to get away from socialism. We are not going to bring to this country the things that people flee. Now, I know what they're going to say. Not all Democrats are socialists. And it's true, not all Democrats are socialists, but all socialists are Democrats. And that's why it matters. And I'll close with this. A lot of people around the country, and even here in Florida, when they write their articles and report on things, and the people on TV, they don't understand what it is that brings you here on a Sunday night, or in the streets for months, or out to vote on Tuesday. And part of the things you'll hear them say as well, they scared the people about socialism. This is not a group that needs to be scared about socialism. It's seen it face to face. It knows its reality. Another group of people will say, well, they confused these people. These people are not the ones that are confused. The ones writing that are the ones that are confused. The best elections are the ones that are a clear choice. This election is a clear choice. When it came to Iran, they had this horrible killer, Soleimani, terrible human being, killed thousands of people, including Americans. The Biden plan when he was vice president, we're going to bring a group of people together and our allies, and we're going to round up the world, and we're going to do a deal with Iran. You know what the Trump plan for Soleimani was? He's dead. He's dead. And then, what about this other issue of ISIS? Remember that ISIS was a terrible group. They were cutting people's heads off. They were taking land. No one could stop them. And the Biden-Obama plan was, we're going to bring a group of people together and we're going to do a coalition and we're going to stop them. You know where Baghdadi is under Donald Trump? He's dead. Now, it's been a tough year. It's been a tough year. And we have this virus that came from another country. I'm not going to say which one. You know which one. It wasn't Taiwan. It wasn't Taiwan. But this president has led the effort. Today we have so many. There was a time when they thought we were going to run out of the breathing machines, the ventilators. Now we've produced so many here in America, we're sending them to other countries. And soon, very soon, we are going to have a vaccine, and China's going to pay for it. Well, they probably won't pay for it, but the world has seen what they have done. This is the first administration in a quarter century that has confronted the threat of China, and that will stop if, God forbid, we do not win on Tuesday, but we will. We will win because of you. We will win because of millions like you. And on Tuesday night, we will send a clear message to those who doubted. We are Americans. We love this country. We want to make it greater than it's ever been. And it will never be a what? Socialist country. It will never be a socialist country. God bless you. God bless our president. God bless our troops. God bless our police officers. And God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of the great state of Florida, Ron DeSantis.
Hello, Miami. You know, the president's about to arrive. It's going to be his 5th rally of the day. He's out and about. He's on the move. Had COVID and beat it. Put ACB on the Supreme Court. And his opponent, Joe Biden, spent most of the last month in his basement. Doesn't get crowds, isn't able to go out. if you want to lead this country, you have a responsibility to be out there, to be a man of action. You can't cower in your own basement and be in the fetal position and think you're going to be able to lead America. I want Donald Trump leading America, not somebody that's going to spend time in the basement. And let's just be clear, if Joe Biden's elected president, they're going to keep him in the White House residence, and Kamala Harris is going to run the show. She is rated more left-wing than Bernie Sanders. She just put out a video on Twitter today talking about how we have to have equal outcomes for everyone. Now, they say progressive, they say left, all this stuff. I don't know what all that means. I think you peel it all back, it's all the same thing. Marxism. We are not going to allow Kamala Harris to be the President of the United States. We have a responsibility to have safe communities and to support the men and women in law enforcement, and Donald Trump understands that. When we had riots across this country, he stood up for law enforcement. Joe Biden was silent. Joe Biden didn't do anything to stand up for law enforcement. In fact, they had staffers that were bailing out the rioters. We need to stand in front of law enforcement and support them, and I can tell you in Florida we're doing just that. When we had the riots, we didn't waste any time. I called up the National Guard, said it's not going to happen here. And now we are going to enact the strongest anti-rioting, anti-looting, pro-law enforcement legislation in the country. Which says very clearly to local governments, if you defund law enforcement, the state of Florida is going to defund you. And we're not going to just have somebody loot or riot, go get their picture taken like in Portland, get put right back on the street so they could do it again. So we're telling people, if you loot, you're going to jail. If you riot, you are going to jail. And if you harm other people, their person or property, particularly if you assault a law enforcement officer, you are going to jail. So law and order's on the ballot. Who do you trust for law and order, Biden or Trump? You know what else is on the ballot? Joe Biden gets in, he's all but admitted he is going to shut down this country. And that means he's going to shut down all the schools. He doesn't want people being in person in school. I can tell you, we cannot let that happen here in Florida. Every single county in the state of Florida has schools open. All the charter schools, all the private schools. We're not going to let Biden shut down our country and close our schools. What do we need? What is that? Do we need medical?
We need a
medical. Can we get some medical back here?
Need medical.
Right there in the crowd back. Do we have some EMTs? Got somebody coming on the way. Can we clear a path out for the EMT? Do we have it? Do we have anyone there? Okay. All right, I think we got it. All right, I think we got the attention that we need. I can tell you it's hot here, but if you'd have been at the Tampa rally the other day, that was at 1:30 in the afternoon. We had about 95-degree weather. It was not pretty. We had a lot of people that had heat problems. So let me ask you this. Are you going to make your voice heard with your vote between now and Tuesday? Are you going to support our Republican candidates up and down the ballot? Are you going to talk to your friends and neighbors and people that you know and get them to go out to the polls? And will you do all you can, in addition to voting, to make sure that on Tuesday night, Donald Trump is reelected the President of the United States? Because let me tell you, if we do our job here in the state of Florida, if you go out and you vote and your friends and your family vote, we're going to go into election night and you know the media is going to be waiting to declare Joe Biden the victor. They've been waiting for 4 years to be able to declare Joe Biden the victor. And what's going to happen is the returns are going to come in from Florida. And they're not going to be what the media wanted. Actually, it's going to show it's pretty close, and then the panhandle comes in, and oh my gosh, it's 4 years, 2016, all over again, and they are going to have to admit that Donald Trump has carried the state of Florida, and when that happens, the die will be cast, and he will be on his way to be re-elected the President of the United States. Thank you, guys. God bless you. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Gracias, gracias. Gracias, gracias. Gracias. No tengo audio, no tengo audio. Venga, venga, venga. Cuidado, venga, jodito. Yo no quiero que me dejes, yo no quiero que te vayas, quiero que te controle y no te vayas. Yo no quiero que me dejes, yo no quiero que te vayas, quiero que te controle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to President Donald Trump's rally here in Miami, Florida. I am Alex Caldwell, and I am joined today by my friend here and fellow co-worker, Zoe Sozo.
Thank you, Alex. We are here in beautiful Miami, Florida. Guys, it was a surprise, the amount of people that showed up. Even earlier on, it has just been nothing but a big celebration. Right now, if you guys can hear, there's an amazing band. They were just singing, God bless Donald Trump, I will vote for Donald Trump. And it's just amazing, all the encouragement that they're giving to this president. I would like to take some time to thank our partner, our newest partner, MyPillow. I'm going to read this for you guys. You all know times have been hard, and this is why we're excited to announce our newest partner, and that is MyPillow. We are proud to say that RSBN, we are now officially joined with MyPillow. Mike Lindell, the CEO, is one of our favorite patriots, and of course he is always a great character whenever he comes on with us. But of course, guys, MyPillow, they have over 100 products here for you guys to check out. Anything from dog beds to memory foam mattresses, all of these things, guys. You should go definitely check them out. If you go to www.mypillow.com, you can check out all of the things that they have in store for you all. Use the code RSBN to get 66% to get up to 66% off your entire order. Again, that's RSBN for up to 66% off on those products. Again, guys, we would like to thank Mike Lindell and everything that he has done for us. And again, guys, go ahead and check them out. Alex, this is your first time, you said, here in Florida. Can you tell me, how you're feeling with all of this excitement around us? What do you feel for Florida? I think it's very promising on Tuesday. So tell me.
Well, a quick story. We came here and we were renting our car, and we went up to the woman who was at the airport car rental place, and she was asking, oh, what are you here for? And we're saying, oh, we weren't really sure what to say. We didn't know which way she leaned, so we said, oh, we're just here to report on the president. She asked what your opinion was. We tried to be, try not to reveal what we actually believed, and she said, oh, well, we love President Trump here. And we were kind of taken aback by that. She was a Hispanic woman, and we weren't really sure, how that community was feeling. And she's like, well, a lot of people here, a lot of Hispanics, I know how they feel. We're not allowed to express how we feel because we're afraid of what's going to happen. But he's going to win Florida. And she said that very clearly. He is going to win Florida. And judging from the people around me, the amount of people behind me, so many people behind me, I think right now guessing maybe 20 or 30,000 people behind me easily. It could possibly even be more. It's really hard to tell, but he's going to win Florida, no mistake. Trump signs everywhere, all the way here. I haven't seen one Biden sign in Miami-Dade County, a blue county. I have not seen one Biden sign, so I think that's a good indication of where this election is going to go. I'd also like to start off today by thanking everybody for helping us get here to where we are today. We could never be at the rallies without your help. We are entirely viewer funded. We could not be here without you guys, so I would like to say thank you, and God bless all of you. And we've got 5 rallies tomorrow. We've got 2 in Michigan, 1 in Wisconsin, 1 in Pennsylvania, and 1 in North Carolina. Now keep in mind, guys, it costs about $5,000 to $7,000 per rally. We could not be there without you. So to help us to continue to keep going to these rallies, I encourage you all to please donate to us at rsbnetwork.com/donate. And you can also donate in the YouTube live chat as well. But do keep in mind that YouTube does take 30% of all donations that go into the super chat. So if you want all of your donation going to us, you can go to our website at rsbnetwork.com/donate. And you can also mail a donation to us at 1550 Opelika Road, spelled Opelika, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. Now, Zoe, you asked me, how did I feel about Florida? How do you feel about Florida?
Thank you, Alex. Well, I say that this is my second home base, but I know Florida people are hardworking, and the Latino community, they are tired of seeing communistic, traits, and they know and they are able to recognize these things. And this is why they came to this country, to be able to have the liberty that they do to work and freedom to practice whatever they would like to practice. But they're tired of the persecution and they're fed up with it. So I'm really hopeful that on Tuesday we will see Florida completely turn over to President Donald Trump. You already hear again the music. Of course, it's a clever little song that they came up with, but of course it's just uplifting our president and just encouraging others to go ahead and yes, vote for Donald Trump on Tuesday. But again, I think Florida is really promising, seeing all of the support, even again coming into Florida off the plane. I mean, seeing trucks with flags. We were even counting, like, oh, there's another Trump flag, there's another Trump flag. So, I mean, it's undeniable the amount of support that our president has here in Florida, his official home state. So I'm really happy and really proud of the people and what they've done coming out here on a Sunday night. I know a lot of them have work tomorrow possibly, but even on a Sunday night, as late as it is, he's due to speak at 11:30 p.m. But again, the amount of enthusiasm that the people have here. And I was just laughing to myself and saying how much of a party this atmosphere is. And just, you hear, I mean, these people they're excited to be here. Ever since I got in, been shaking hands left and right, taking pictures with you guys. I want to thank you all so much, first of all, for following us all this time and keeping up with us on the road and supporting us. Thank you so much for those donations. We received some tonight as well for some of you all, and we really appreciate everything that you all do to keep us going. We could not do this without you. Again, I am happy to be here. I'm really pleased to be. It's just like right at home for me, right at home. But I'm excited to hear from our president tonight. We heard from Ron DeSantis and some others. You guys heard from them as well. And I mean, of course, they are here to represent the people. They're here to speak to us. And I'm just really proud of them for what they're doing. Alex?
Thank you, Zoe, and I am so excited to hear the president speak. I have not been to a peaceful protest, as we call it. I have not been to one in Florida yet. This is my first one, so it's a little bit of a temperature change for me. I came from Butler, Pennsylvania yesterday. It's near where I live. I came from there yesterday, and it was 30, 40 degrees there. And right now it's about 80, 85 degrees, so it's a little bit hot. Still getting used to it. We were all bundled up yesterday, but No temperature has ever deterred anybody from coming to a Trump rally. I've seen people come in rain, snow, sleet, and hail. It's amazing. People will just come. They are dedicated to him, and it is a fantastic sight to see. Now, right now, the Real Clear Politics average has Biden up in the polls like they did in 2016, and we all saw how that worked out. And one of the speakers we just saw on stage, Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, running against Andrew Gillum in 2018, and everybody in the media said he was going to lose by a lot. They had Gillum up double digits in a lot of polls, but the average was around 5, 6, 7%. They had Gillum winning big, and Ron DeSantis is the governor, not Andrew Gillum. The polls were wrong, and right now a lot of them have been back and forth, and a lot of the more accurate ones, such as Trafalgar, showing how in 2016 Trump was going to win, and he won the state of Florida, and now it has him winning again.
So we're going to step here to the side so that Gage, our cameraman, can pan in and just give you guys a little shot of the crowd and the action that is going on. Again, we would like to thank you all so much for your support and all the encouragement. And of course, guys, I would like to point out just to keep our president in your prayers and everything that he's doing right now. These final days are very important, and a lot of us don't realize how important this election is. But guys, keep him in your prayers. Join me in prayer and fasting, interceding that God will protect him and cover him and his team along the way so that he can finish the mission that was given to him by God. So guys, again, we're going to go and check out the super chat to kind of give you all a shout out and thank our donors and our sponsors as well. If you all have any questions, if you all have any concerns, I say concerns, but let us know, drop that in there. I love hearing from you guys. I love reading all the support that you all have for us. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to give this to Alex while we pull up the super chat so that he can give you all a little more stats on Florida and what's going on here.
Thank you, Zoe. I'm going to pull up the super chat right now. I am again, I'd just like to thank everybody again for all of your donations and keeping us alive.
Okay, we're going to go for a quick 60-minute break and we'll be right back, or 60-second break and we'll be right back, guys.
Hello, Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor and CEO of MyPillow, and I've got some great news for you. Today, you can save up to 66% off all my products, from my MyPillows to my Giza Dream Sheets, my towels, my Roll and Go travel pillows, my mattress topper. I have over 100 products that you're going to save up to 66% using the promo code RSBN, Right Side Broadcast Network. RSBN, use that promo code at mypillow.com or call 800-836-7566. That's 800-836-7566. Remember to use the code RSBN, and here's the great news. Half the money is going to support Right Side Broadcast Network, one of the best networks I've ever seen. Thank you.
All right, everybody, and as we can see, we've got a lot of people dancing right now. It is a wild time here, a big party here in Miami, Florida. I'd just like to once again thank our partner for today, MyPillow, run by our dear friend here at RSBN, Mr. Mike Lindell, who we always enjoy working with here at RSBN. It is always a treat to have him on. He is one of our favorite people to host. So I highly encourage you all to please look at MyPillow, okay? Because right now he is running a lot of good deals at MyPillow, and he is quite the patriot. So I encourage you all to go and support him. He's got over 100, yes, you heard me right, over 100 products to choose from. He's got dog beds, travel pillows, memory foam mattress toppers, Giza Dream Sheets, and more. And my personal favorite, his pillows, which I myself own 3 of them. Everybody in my family owns many of them. We love them. I can finally sleep without having a crick in my neck. I absolutely love them. So please, I encourage you to go to www.mypillow.com and use code RSBN at checkout and save 66% off your entire order. Again, RSBN for your promo code at www.mypillow.com for 66% off of your entire order. Now I'm going to go through and read some of your super chats. So ask me some questions and tell me, guys, what you're thinking, maybe what you're hoping to see. So from Rolling with DJ Adam, he says, right side broadcasting is #1 in my book. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you much. From Johan von Studenheim, he says, only poll that matters this election is the one Natalie Biden gives. Oh, I can't say that word on there. Tony Ann Barlotta, thank you for your donation. Gloria Nasser says, thank you for all that you do. David De La Fuente says, Trump 2020, thank you for your donation. From K Me4CC, she says, thank you, RSBN from PSB. Can Miami beat 1,777? Well, why don't we try to beat 1,777? Turn those thumbs blue, please. Got my eye target today. And yes, everybody, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we don't tend to come up in the YouTube search results because big tech doesn't like us too much. So make sure that you hit that notification button. Make sure you give us a like. Let's defeat that algorithm and let us get our feed up and let us get to that first result there on YouTube. From Jody Stewart, she says, love you, President Trump. Aussies for Trump all the way. Voting in spirit. Oh, right now we have the crowd there chanting, CNN sucks. We have the crowd pointing at CNN, chanting that they suck. And on a personal note, they do. And that's what happens when they don't report the truth, when they say that the president is having strokes because he uses 2 hands to drink a glass of water. And the whole Russia. It's disgraceful, honestly. They give journalism a bad name. From Valerie Bernardo, thank you for your donation. From Poker Dealer, he says, Bobulinski is a hero, Florida for Trump. And you know what? He is, and the media refuses to cover him, yet they'll cover the anonymous source during that Ukraine hoax. They went all out for that, and there was absolutely no evidence. But God forbid somebody goes against their golden prince, Joe Biden. Nothing to see here. They say it's debunked. Nothing's been debunked, but they just say it's been debunked. Well, thank you all for all of your super chats. I'm going to pass it off now to my friend here, Zoe. Zoe?
Thank you, Alex. Well, indeed, of course, when they say red tsunami, they weren't lying. This is telling. It's truly telling. Being here and seeing the amount of support that our president is receiving all over, and just looking back to how he's been persecuted and how he's been talked bad about at these events. Even when, like, all of the things that they have done, his campaign managers and everyone, when they put together these rallies, they're considering the people and they're considering all these things, and being able to provide necessary means, like some people mention about concerns about, COVID, these are COVID breeding events. Okay, well, there are standards, yes, that they have to abide by, but of course the people, we do not live in fear. We again, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. We do not have to live in fear. And as you see, the numbers are telling there is nothing to be afraid of. And of course, clearly, this has shown you that the people are not worried about that. Coming out here, doing their thing, showing support and supporting each other. On top of that, I cannot tell you all how much I appreciate the support that you all give to Right Side Broadcasting here. We could not do any of this without you all. And even going on the road here, this tonight is my last rally, and it's a time for me to just reflect and just be grateful and thank God for the opportunity that I've had to experience this and see firsthand what it really means when the American people decide to come together and fight for this country and fight for the rights that God has given them, backing a man who has been relentless at, keeping and standing strong to what it really means to be a patriot of the United States of America. The left, they're not patriots. You know, they hate this country. They don't want to see it prosper. And, you know, it's telling now all of the things that have been done in the darkness is being brought to light. And the people are starting to realize these things. Their eyes are starting to be opened to the truth. And it's time to take a stand. It's time to let our voices be heard without fear, without listening to what the left or the devil has to say about this or that. The doom and gloom Joe Biden continuously speaks over the people. We're done with that. We don't want to hear that because, you know, we know the potential for our country and we know that it is indeed the greatest country ever. And even though we've had our downfalls, God is always faithful to restore. Alex, what do you think about that?
I think Trump is chosen by God to help lead our glorious, beautiful country and bring us into a better direction and into a better future. He has said he will make our country great again, and he has made our country great again. We had seen record low unemployment, a booming stock market like we had never seen. We had seen immigration reform, lowest black unemployment. We had seen prison reform, and then the plague hit, and we had to shut everything down. And then the Democrats refused to reopen. And one of the things I always like to say is that this virus has been used by the Democrats, exploited by the Democrats for their own political gain. That is what they have been doing. You can protest, but you cannot go to church. You can protest, and when I say protest, it's not even a peaceful protest. It is rioting, burning down buildings. You can do that, but you cannot vote in person. You have to vote by mail. You have to wear a mask when you go out. Your business cannot open. You cannot get your hair cut. But Nancy Pelosi can. She can go get her hair cut, open the stylist, go in without a mask and get that done. But you are not allowed to do so. It is rules for thee, not for me. That is exactly what it is. They have exploited this pandemic from the beginning. They are letting Antifa take control of the streets. They refuse to do anything about it. Meanwhile, you can't go to church. You can't go to work. Your kids can't go to...
And he delivered like never before. Building the strongest economy in American history. 7 million new jobs. The lowest ever unemployment for Black and Hispanic Americans. Ending the Biden era of lopsided trade deals that sent our factories overseas. Passing the historic USMCA. Taking on China. Winning the trade war. Protecting and strengthening Medicare and Social Security. Lowering the cost of insulin. Delivering the first real drop in drug prices in 50 years. Restoring our military. Fixing the VA. Bringing our troops home. And taking the world's deadliest terrorists off the battlefield. Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, ISIS, brought to justice. Moving America's embassy to Jerusalem. A new era of strength and solidarity with our ally Israel. Negotiating a historic peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, securing our border, miles of new border wall being built, illegal immigration dropped to the lowest point in a decade, tackling the coronavirus head-on, banning travel from China, mobilizing government, business, and the American people to manufacture masks, ventilators, and medical supplies, and launching Operation Warp Speed, an unprecedented effort to develop a vaccine to eradicate the coronavirus from the face of the earth in record time. President Trump has accomplished more for the American people in 4 years than any other president in history. And in his second term, he will lead America to even greater heights, draining the swamp, rebuilding the economy, bringing back millions of jobs, creating 10 million new jobs in 10 months, new opportunities for all Americans, not just those at the top, lowering drug costs, expanding access to high-quality health care for every American family, defending America's police, restoring law and order to our cities, stopping illegal immigration and protecting American families, and ending America's reliance on China once and for all, bringing back jobs and factories, making medicine and products in America again. President Trump will rebuild America's infrastructure, renew hope and our entrepreneurial spirit for a new generation, and restore the American dream. It won't be easy, never pretty, The swamp will continue to fight him every step of the way. But under President Trump, our families will thrive. Our incomes will rise. Our communities will be kept safe. Our factories will flourish. Our flag will fly high. Our country will soar. And we will make America great again.
Well, guys, we're back again here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. Thank you all so much for your patience. I'm here in the live chat checking you all out and all your wonderful, wonderful comments and support that you all have for us here. I would like to take the time to shout out, actually, my brother and my Miami family are here behind on the high risers back there. But they were really excited. They got a little Sprinter van and grabbed a bunch of people that they know, and they all decided to come out here and show their support. But of course, like, I'm really, really happy to be here. Again, I say I'm right at home. But Alex, what do you think about everything that we've been seeing in the media and how we were talking about, for example, COVID-19 and how mask has been used for a tool of mass manipulation and, trying to recondition the people. I say a step into socialism, taking control. Give me a little something on that.
Well, for starters, the mainstream media has a death count on their screen for for every person that died of COVID-19. They're using it as a scare tactic so that when you watch the news and you see this death count on the screen, that you go, oh, this is President Trump's fault. Every day it's ingrained into your head so that you learn to hate him. If you watched that network and you knew nothing about him, you would hate him. Just based off of what they say, you'd think he's a terrible, terrible person. And then if you actually examine what they say about him, it's false. It's all false, what they say. They make stuff up. They have sources that they say are anonymous, but really, where do those sources even come from? And half the time, they can't even validate them.
You're exactly right, Alex. Let's go ahead and move here to the front of the camera so that we so you guys can see us. This is all for you all. But again, you're exactly right, Alex. When it comes to the lies that have been told in the past couple of months by the left, is now telling and all of the truth that was attempted to be screwed. I mean, we're starting to realize that now, and I think people are going to really show out on Tuesday and use their voice and use that opportunity, their right to vote, to go ahead and make a stand and keep this country the greatest country that, of course, it's always been. I say always been because God has had his hand on this country since the beginning. But Alex, again, let's go ahead and look at the super chat here and shout out some people.
All right, thank you, Zoe. So let's go through the super chat. First of all, we'd like to say thank you to Tim Tillman for your donation, $100. Wow, thank you very much. He says, God bless you, all of you. America rules. America does rule. Thank you very much. And Timothy Aguirre, thank you. Welcome to the Lincoln Club member. From Brian Leclerc, he says, from my family to our fellow patriots, we are proud to stand with all of you. God bless. And God bless you, sir. Thank you for your very generous donation there. From Haley Lorena Stoffel, thank you for your donation. From Rolling with DJ Adam, he says, Right Side Broadcasting is on top of all of my Twitter page. I will do all I can to help. Well, thank you very much. The media doesn't like us very much. They try to get our stuff to not show up. Libby posted, Libby Krieger yesterday, she posted something on Twitter. It was just a selfie of all of us at the event, and they marked it as sensitive content. They marked it as sensitive comment. I don't think they like us very much, so we have to do our best to get out there. From Jerry Bradshaw, In God We Trust, thank you for your very generous donation. Thank you very much. From Ethan Rubin, thank you for your donation as well, Ethan. From KML, thank you for your donation. And from OCP&E, he says, Trump is a champion for all the American people. He shows up and gets it done. Trump 2020. Yes, Trump 2020. I voted. Did you vote?
Not yet. I actually, again, tonight is my last rally. Thank you, Joe, for sending me back home in time so that I can vote in person. I really wanted to do that this year. It's really important to me. And of course, we make a celebration out of it with my friends and family back home, and we all go and participate. And, guys, we're at 112 viewers. Get your friends and family on, even those who may not, who may be conflicted as to who they might vote for this election. Get them on so that they can watch and see here at Right Side Broadcasting what President Trump is all about. And of course, again, the media is not going to give you the true unfiltered version of what this president is doing. So again, get your friends and your families and share it, share the video, guys, and get these viewers up so that we can go ahead and share the message. Okay, guys? So also, yesterday I just launched something in relation to, I told the story, of course, several times about how I lost my contract, my modeling contract, due to my, what the agent said, my political racist connections. So I launched yesterday my own clothing line, well, I would say line that reflects basically my pilgrimage throughout my being more vocal, I would say, about my beliefs and where I stand politically. And it's Orange Man, not bad, Orange Man rad. But guys, this is something that's really, really been encouraging for me this whole walk. It's been challenging for sure, but I'm really excited right now for all the things that God has done in my life. And of course, bringing people like you, Alex, the team here at Right Side Broadcasting, everyone is like a family to me, and I'm just really appreciative of all the encouragement and the support that I've received since, that incident. But we're going to go ahead and shout out as well some more of you guys. I see you guys are actively in the live chat here. You guys are amazing, by the way, amazing. Jimmy Joe, he said, what time is it in Florida? He's like, let's see, that dude has more energy than I do, and I'm on the West Coast. Yes, that is undeniable. Our president, I don't know how he does it. I really don't. And I kind of remind myself, I'm like, if he can do it, I'm at 4 o'clock in the morning trying to, consider all the things that I have to do and where I have to go next. And I'm like, if he can do it, we can do it too. But yes, he is a strong figure. It is currently 11:30 p.m. Current time. Actually, President Trump was due to speak at this time, but of course he was running behind schedule. Busy man. We completely understand, President. Take your time. The people are here to support you, and they're not going anywhere. So, Alex, let's share with the people a little more of your journey and how you come to Right Side Broadcasting Network. You were telling me a little bit about that earlier.
Well, once upon a time, about 2 years ago, I went to a President Trump rally in March of 2018, and I was still in high school. I was 18. I didn't really know a whole lot, but I really liked President Trump. And a friend of mine and Libby Krieger, who also works for us, and my dad, we all went to the President Trump rally out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we're leaving, and we ran into Right Side Broadcasting, and we had never heard of Right Side. And they came up, they started interviewing us. So we were talking to them, oh, how did you like the Trump rally? What did you see? And we were answering the questions, and my dad goes, oh, you should hear Libby Krieger sing. And so she sang the Star-Spangled Banner. She started to sing, and that was it. They asked her to work for Right Side, and she accepted. She started doing a few rallies, and a position opened up, and she put my name in. She said, hey, he was with me, and I applied, and that's how I got here. I've been working here since June. I would have started a little bit back in March, but unfortunately COVID hit, and it was a little bit unfortunate, but that's where we are right now. That is Air Force One right now landing. It is coming in right now. A beautiful sight to see when Air Force One always lands. And again, before the president steps out, I would again like to thank our partner for today, Mr. Mike Lindell at My Pillow. And guys, times have been rough for everyone. And that's why we are so excited to announce that we are partnering with Mr. Mike Lindell, the CEO of My Pillow, who is also on Right Side Broadcasting every now and then, who we are so thrilled to have on here with us. He's one of our favorite people to interview. So we know getting a good rest sleep is a difficult thing to do, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. So wake up on the right side of the bed with My Pillow. It will help you sleep perfectly. I know it helps me sleep that way. And he's got over 100 products to choose from dog beds, memory foam mattress toppers, Giza Dream Sheets, and more. Check that out. go to www.mypillow.com and use promo code RSBN at checkup to save 66% off of your entire order. Again, 6% off of your entire order with the promo code RSBN.
And Alex, what are ways that our viewers can go and donate to help support conservatives like ourselves and keep us on the road?
Good question, Zoe. Well, you can go to our website at rsbnetwork.com/donate, and you can also donate in the YouTube live chat as well. But do keep in mind that in the super chat on YouTube, YouTube takes 30% of all that is donated in the super chat. You can also mail a donation to us at 1550 Opelika Road, spelled Opelika, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. And again, all of your donations help us tremendously. It helps us to get to each and every one of these rallies. So I would just like to say thank you to all who help us do this.
Thank you, Alex. So Alex is going to bring up the super chat as well to kind of monitor and see if there's any questions or anything that you guys would like to talk about. As you all see, Air Force One is here. Our president is just moments away from speaking to the American people here in Florida. I just want to read something to encourage Christians out there, again, who are undecided on who they're going to possibly vote for this Tuesday. That this is in relation to God and government and our place and our duty as American citizens. And I'm going to go ahead and share this with you guys. It says here, the Bible teaches that government is appointed by God. In Romans 13:1, it says Paul describes governing authorities as ministers of God. It says they are responsible for administering justice, and although God is sovereign, he chooses to use human government to carry out his will in the civil sphere. A biblical base for government is also found in Genesis 9, where God provides general authorization for action against murderers. Genesis 9:5-6. This passage implies that communities must form or support governments capable of administering justice. It is really important that we stand by this. Right here on this earth, we have to help in fighting and to keep God's kingdom established here. If it were up to Satan, if it were up to the left, they would wipe out anything that has to do with that. And we cannot, dismiss the Creator. He's the one who gave us the blessings that we have here in this country and all throughout the world. And it's, to me, like when I watch the news and when I meet people here at the rallies from all over the world, they are inspired by this man. They want to be here. They want to come here. Over in China, how they rally for freedom and how they want to be an American, We are grateful, and we should be grateful, I should say. We should be grateful, but we take a lot of things for granted. And so I think, of course, this election, this is a time for us to really look back and reflect the blessing, how blessed we are, again, I say, to be an American and what it truly means to be a patriot. It's important that we instill in our children what it truly means to be a patriot. Not wiping out history because we don't agree with it, not wiping out history because, it's necessarily not something that you want people to be aware of, but what do we learn from history? We can learn and grow from our mistakes. We can learn and grow from even our victories. And it's important that we keep these things in mind this coming, of course, Tuesday, this coming election. Guys, get out and vote. And again, I'm seeing you all here in the super chat, showing your support and, encouraging each other. Keep it up, guys. I'm really proud of where we have come as a nation and what we are able to do with our voices. Alex?
Well, thank you, Zoe. I think that is a beautiful message, and I agree with it. You have so much good stuff to say, and we all kind of want to hear more of what you have to say. So where can we go follow you on social media? What can we follow you on?
Thank you, Alex. Well, guys, as many of you are following me as well, I appreciate it. You can find me on Instagram as Zoe Sobe, that's ZOSOBE, and on Twitter as Zoe Sozo, that's ZOESOZO. And just a side note for you guys, a lot of people were asking, is Sozo your last name? Is that Sozo is actually my middle name. So Zoe's first name, Sozo, and then Bethel was my last name. My father was a minister, so of course we all 5 of my siblings, we got biblical names. And then also Facebook, guys. I still see a lot of friend requests coming in, and of course I would love to accept all the friend requests I can, but Facebook does not allow for me to accept any more people after I've already reached 5,000. So it looks like our president might be exiting the plane right now. Everything's kind of silent. Everyone's anticipating his arrival. But anyways, of course, guys, thank you so much for all that you do for us by your support. And thank you for, following us and this journey, following our president. And I know you guys, again, coming out here to these rallies, meeting you in person. I have a bunch of pictures I have to post later of all the people that we ended up taking pictures with today. But it's so encouraging. It's so encouraging. And it's undeniable the amount of the enthusiasm people have at these rallies. I am only blessed to be able to come and experience this myself. And maybe some of you may not have been able to go and experience these rallies, but of course, through us and through other conservative networks and such, I'm sure that you guys are grateful for that opportunity to see this firsthand. This is really great that we're able to be a part of this time in history, which will go down in history. But guys, again, keep it up, keep up the momentum, even after the election, wherever it may go. Lord, of course, Lord has it in his plans. Ultimately, wherever it may go, guys, we have to keep this momentum going. Again, I say it's a great awakening. Great awakening. People are waking up and realizing that we have to be on the defense line for this country. There are many ways that people serve their country. You don't necessarily have to join, to protect this country. There's many ways that you do it. Using your voice, effective. Very, very effective. And in the day and age that we're in with social media and the internet, there's plenty of opportunity to get your voice out there and to stand up for, again, the American people and everything that America represents. So we're going to go again to the live chat just to give some last minute shout outs before we hear from our great, great president. I'm going to give this off to Alex. And again, thank you guys so much for keeping up that momentum. It looks like, let's see here. We're checking it out. Oh, looks like we have some also donations that we'd like to shout out as well. Go ahead, Alex, with that.
Thank you, Zoe. To Steve Cragen, thank you for your donation and welcome to Lincoln Club member. From Julie Tolleson, she says, thank you, President Trump, for your tireless work for our country and for your love for all the people of America. Thank you, RSBN, for your tireless coverage of our great president. We love you. From Chris Klaber, he says, as taxpayers, is there any way we can force President Trump to take a week's vacation after he wins? He needs and deserves it. And yes, he does. He works harder than anybody. Thank you, Chris Singh, for your donation. Thank you, Alonzo Cruz, for your donation as well. And Pepper Art Now, thank you for your donation. He says, God shaped, formed, and guided Donald J. Trump to be our POTUS for 2 terms. He is our champion and placed here for such a time as this. Praise God. Vote red. Ron, some fun. Thank you for your donation. Thank you. Oh, I can't read that name, but thank you for your donation. Thomas Lyle, thank you for your donation. Philip Nicholson, thank you for your donation. Tiffany Bowe says, thank you so much for RSBN showing the reality on Trump's rallies. Love the works you guys do and love President Trump, Trump 2020. Thank you for your donation. Thank you all for everybody who is donating to us.
This is kind of amazing. Everyone's kind of continuing. We are the champion. But, here we are.
President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Stand by, folks. We're not having audio issues. We're just getting the audio that they're getting. So there we go.
Wow, what a crowd. What a crowd. Hello, Florida. Hello, Florida. We love Florida. What a great victory we had. And we're going to have an even bigger victory. Get out there and vote. We're going to have a bigger victory. And I don't know if you found out, you've been here a long time. I hope the music was good. I hope life is good. Everything's good. That's a good-looking crowd. Good-looking people, I will say. No, we're going to have a big victory. I don't know if you know what's happening, but I don't know if you know what's happening, but they're very worried, the Democrats, about Florida. They're very concerned. The vote's not there. It's not there for them. They had to get out to that big early lead, and it could be that we're leading. That's a little problem. 2 days from now, we're going to win my home state of Florida. And we are going to win 4 more years in the White House. This is a very vital group, isn't it? With your vote, we will continue to cut your taxes, cut regulations, support our great police, support our great military, protect your Second Amendment, defend religious liberty, and ensure more products are proudly stamped with that wonderful phrase, made in the USA. Next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country. You see what's happening. You see it happening right before your eyes. Under my leadership, our economy is now growing at the fastest rate ever recorded in the history of our country. 33.1%. 33.1%. We created a record 11.4 million jobs in the last 5 months alone. Another record. Got so many records. Now we have a chance to do something next year even greater than last year. We had it the best ever, and then we got hit by the plague from China, and we will never forget it. We're never going to forget it, and then we're building it up at a level that nobody thought possible, leading every nation in the world by far. While foreign nations are in a free fall, we are creating an economic powerhouse unrivaled anywhere in the world. Nothing and no one in the world is doing what we're doing. Now, if somebody wants to quadruple your taxes, I can't tell you what's going to happen. I think I can. It's called the Depression. A recent Gallup poll found that 56% of Americans say they are better off today than they were 4 years ago under Sleepy Joe Biden and Obama. And if Biden and Kamala, most liberal member of Congress, she makes crazy Bernie look like he's a very strict conservative. And the radical left gain power, the economy will collapse, and our country will go into a very deep and steep depression. I hate to tell you. Look, we're not going to have to worry about it because I think we're going to win. You know who else thinks we're going to win? The Democrats think we're going to win, the Democrats. They're starting to say, oh, this is not good. We're looking great here. We're looking great in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Iowa. Did you see the poll just came out in Iowa? First big poll. We're only up 8. I'm very upset about that. We're only up 8. No, we're looking very strong. Looking strong in Georgia. We just left the great state of Georgia. We're looking strong in Georgia. In fact, they said, sir, you don't have to go to Georgia. They said a couple of days ago. I said, wait a minute, people are waiting for 2.5 days. I'm not going to cancel on Georgia, right? I've been doing this, since early in the morning, only for you. I guess I could have canceled you too, right? But nobody would have the courage to cancel you. Nah, I wouldn't even think about it. Thank you. Thank you. And I love you too. I love you too. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Because as I've said many times, this will never, ever, ever be a socialist nation. We will not let it. Sleepy Joe Biden will raise your taxes. $4 trillion, can you believe it? He's the only candidate I've ever seen that campaigns on the fact, I will raise your taxes. This guy, I will take away your Second Amendment. We will not frack. For 2 years, we will not frack. Then he got to Pennsylvania. He said, well, I was only kidding. Oh, look at all the press at this time. Look at that. The fake news followed us. They followed us. No, the only one I've ever seen do that. We don't worry about them. They don't tell the truth anyway, so what difference? Just pretend they're not here. Pretend they're not here. They're having a very bad couple of weeks, as you know. They've actually had a bad 4 years, haven't they, when you think about it? Massively increased regulations. We cut regulations more than any administration in the history of our country, and they'll put them right back. Sleepy Joe, it won't be him because he has no idea where he is. But he's surrounded by a lot of very far left people. Close down your factories, send your jobs overseas, destroy the suburbs. I say Suburban women, please love me, please love me. Because, oh, got a lot of suburban women. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Don't forget, suburban women, men also, but we don't worry about that, man. The hell with the men. I'm terminating a regulation that has ruined suburbia. You too can have a project next to your house, and I terminate it. Oh well, we have, is that the first sign of trouble in weeks? Is that okay? Is that everybody okay over there? All right. Is that somebody went down, or is it somebody that's trouble? Because if there's trouble, we have somebody right over here that can handle it very nicely. I guarantee, I'll bet everything to this guy right here. All right. You know, the one that make all the noises are people. Somebody shouts, they have no voice, they're weak. They have no voice. Their mother's looking for them. Their father's looking for them. They, too, live in a basement, usually. And nobody can hear them. What they hear is thousands of people going, yeah, watch. Yeah. That's all right. Just pretend the person doesn't exist, or get them out, please. They want to terminate your religious liberty, outlaw private health care, confiscate your guns. Your Second Amendment is under siege. But don't worry, as long as I'm here, nothing's happening. They want to ban fracking, abolish energy, cut your Medicare, cut your Social Security by allowing millions of people to come into our country and indoctrinate your children with anti-American lies. That's where we are. But it's not going to happen. You're going to vote, and it's not going to happen. You know, we win Florida, we win the whole thing. You know that, right? Sure. We win Florida, we win the whole thing. Our opponents want to turn America into communist Cuba or socialist Venezuela, and we're not going to let that happen. Our opponent's agenda is a war on workers, a war on faith, and a war on our police. Biden says he's running as a proud Democrat. I'm running as a proud American. Is that okay? Joe Biden is a globalist who spent 47 years outsourcing your jobs, opening your borders, and sacrificing American blood and treasure in endless foreign wars. They're all coming back. They're all coming home, our great soldiers. We became policemen to the world. Well, for other reasons, they could very well do that, couldn't they? Joe Biden is a corrupt politician bought and paid for by China. You see that? And others. In 2016, Florida voted to fire this corrupt political establishment, and you elected an outsider as president who is finally putting America first. And if I don't sound like a typical Washington politician, it's because I'm not a politician. Probably why we won. If I don't always play by the rules of Washington and the Washington establishment, it's because I was elected to fight for you, and I fight harder than anybody in this place except one person, perhaps him. He's the only one that fights harder. Great guy. My opponent is promising A long, dark winter. Did anybody happen to see the debate? See, that's my arena. That was my arena, right? He didn't come out too good. He came out like your opponents come out. No, that was not good for him. How about the last question? We talked about energy, right? Well, I'd like to transition out of petroleum. I said, I felt like Perry Mason, the last question of the evening. I said, whoa, did you tell that to Texas? Did you tell that to Pennsylvania? Even Kristen Welker, who frankly did not a bad job considering she's totally on the other side of the plate. She looked and she said, why did you say that? You know, she's trying to save the poor guy. Ay, ay, ay. This is what we got. Can you believe it? This could only happen to me. This is, and I don't care, I'll say it anyway. Look, this is, in the history of presidential politics, this is the worst candidate ever to run, and this puts a lot of pressure on me. Because if you lose to a guy like this, I'd rather really have a great candidate, because you feel better. I'm running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics. Is there any place you would rather be than at a Trump rally? Got a lot of rich people here, my friends. You got a lot of, oh, Steve, hi, Steve. We got a lot of rich people here, a lot of money in this first row. A lot of money. I built the best economy in history, and now we're going to do it again. You know that hat? I see thousands and thousands of them. You know, we're getting 35, 40,000 people all the time. We get more, but they don't have any more room. How about this? You take an airport, right? You take an airport, you don't have enough room. Did you ever think of that one? We have an airport, we don't have enough room. This is amazing. There's never been anything like this has ever happened in the history of politics. Probably in any other history. And I don't have a guitar. You know, the truth is, no, it's true. They don't get crowds like this. Nobody gets crowds like this. You know what gets crowds like this? Making America great again. That's what gets crowds like this. The only thing that's going to get a crowd like this. And you know, Sleepy Joe had a rally today. They had 12 people in those little circles. He's got those little crazy circles. It's the only thing good about his campaign, the guy that does the work. I'm a perfectionist. They're so beautiful, nice and wide. And they can't fill them up, so they get the media. Could you please take a circle? And now he's got President Barack Hussein Obama comes in. President Obama. You know, the Democrats never talk about it. You know that federal judgeships are like the biggest deal. Then you have Supreme Court justices. Barack Obama left me 142 federal judgeships. Nothing like that's ever happened. Nothing. Very rarely does it, you know, when you're a president, you leave, every one of them is filled. Those are the most important things you can have. Federal judgeships, lifetime appointments. It's such a big deal. He left me 142. And we are going to have, listen to this, we are going to have, in my first term, record-breaking, approximately 300 federal judges. It's a very big percentage of the whole federal bench. And we are going to have, we just put a great one on, Amy, 3 Supreme Court justices. And whatever happened with Biden? He was going to say, you know, is he going to pack the court? He just keeps tapping. Maybe he's smarter than we think. Keeps tapping it along. And who are the people he's going to put on? He was supposed to say who he's put. You cannot vote for him if he doesn't tell you about packing the court. Therefore, is anybody in this audience going to vote for Sleepy Joe Biden? I can't imagine anyone having the courage. I can't believe, look at those people. They go, does anybody have the courage to even raise your hand? That wouldn't be a very good thing to do. Who is going to vote on election day for President Trump? Who has already voted? Has anybody here, seriously, we don't mind, it's not going to matter. No, not going to matter. Has anybody voted with all those people that have already voted? We have a lot of votes going out. And I think we're leading, can you believe, in early voting? But has anybody, oh, that's a shock. Oh, that's the big story. They're saying we have to get more people out. Maybe I shouldn't say that, people are watching. No, we're doing good. No, but anybody here vote for Sleepy Joe Biden? Okay, good. I believe you. I believe you. This election is a choice between a crippling depression or a historic boom. It is, you have a depression. All that money, all those 401ks, they're going to go right down the tubes, throw it out. It's a choice between a deadly Biden lockdown. He wants to lock down the country. I just left a country. I just left a state that locked down. I left 2 of them, and they're not happy about it, I'll tell you right now. You know what's going to happen to them? On November 4th, the day after, they're going to say, all right, we'll open up now. That's why they're locking down. But we're going to have a safe vaccine that ends the pandemic. Without it, it's rounding the turn. I say it drives them crazy. It's rounding the turn. Because all they want to do, you turn on the news, COVID, 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 COVID. We'd like to talk about COVID, and then next time. Here's what happens, November 4th. You won't hear too much about it. You won't hear too much about it. Don't tell anybody, but let me wait till a little bit after the election. I appreciate the advice. I appreciate it. No, he's been wrong on a lot. He's a nice man, though. He's been wrong on a lot. Do not, under any circumstances, wear a mask, he said. Do not close up to China, he said. Then he said later on that President Trump saved tens of thousands of lives because I closed early. But how about this? How about Sleepy Joe? I closed and he calls me xenophobic. I said, give me a definition of that, Joe. Give me a definition. He didn't know, he had no idea what it meant. You know? 25 years ago, he was not smart. He was never considered smart. And now he's considered about half of that. This is not what you want for your president. We're doing too well. Our country's doing too well. We will mass distribute the vaccine in just a few weeks. We have all the vaccines. It's all set. Our military is going to deliver. We're going to take care of our seniors first. Is it okay if we take care of our seniors first? You know, I got it. I knew you didn't hear this story, but I got it because I got better quickly. But I got it. The First Lady got it. And a very young, tall person, 14 years old, named Barron Trump got it. And I got better. They gave me something called Regeneron, but I'm sure I didn't need it because I am a perfect physical specimen and I'm very young. I'm very young. Perfect physical specimen. You know, I said that, you know, a little sarcastically, and I said, although I actually think I am. No, I'm only kidding. No, I said that sarcastically. CNN, right over there with the red light, just went off. It just went off. Anytime I mention them, that light goes off. We have to cut to a commercial. You know, in one way, they need the ratings because they don't get good ratings. No, they hated it when I said it. They said he is not a perfect physical specimen. It's a disgrace. He's lying to the American public. And he is not young. He is not young. They went crazy. They went totally crazy. Oh, they went crazy. They spent 2 days on that one. Joe Biden. Well, he's very threatening all the time. You know, he's so agitated, you know. Did you see him today with the glasses, the whole deal, right? You know, so you don't see the bad surgery. I put on those, what do they call them, aviators? But they're too small. They got to be bigger, right? The mirror, so you don't see anything going through it. Look there. No, he's very agitated, so angry. Everything's screaming and shouting. He's like crazy. But he's a weak person, you know. He challenged me. Do you remember a year and a half ago? Oh, I'd like to take him behind the barn. And I said, of all the people in the world that I could fight, that's probably the one I'd like to most fight. So those legs, they've gotten very thin. Not a lot of base. You wouldn't have to close. You wouldn't have to close the fit. And by the way, he brings it up. You know, when he brings it up, the press is nothing. If I ever said I'd like to take him behind the barn and beat the crap out of him, you know what? They would say, our president is inciting evil. I'm inciting. Every time you shout, lock him up, or every time, did you see the cars today? All over the place, cars, trucks, and boats. All organic, it's just formed. 5,000 boats. They have tractors in Iowa, thousands and thousands of tractors in this massive farm. They came from all over farm country. They had the thing with these really, I'd say, very good people. They were riding along a highway, and you had Sleepy Joe's bus. So they escorted the bus, and the radical left said, oh, what a horrible thing that is to escort the bus. They don't tell you about Antifa that go around burning down your cities, Democrat run, only Democrat run. They don't talk about that, bopping people over the head, killing people, setting everything on fire. They don't tell you about that. They tell you about people that are driving down a highway with an American flag and a Trump flag, right? Don't worry, they'll be just fine. They're going to be just fine. If they're watching, I guess they were in Texas, right? Oh, Texas will be just fine. We're doing great in Texas, by the way. Really good. You know how, this is the greatest, you know, I've had really 6 of these because I had them, but let's say 5, okay? Do you know what it is to do 5 of these? I start early in the morning. Oh, think of it. Start early in the morning. But you know what's the nice part about this one? This is the last one of the day, so we can stay all night. All night. I was rushing. They said, you're going to be late for Florida, sir. I said, how much? About an hour and a half. Oh, that's not so bad. I hope everyone's having, I think, you know how many people we lost? I'd say 0. We actually gained. People heard about it. They said, let's go. No, it's great to be with you. It's great. Tomorrow I have 5 more. Can you imagine 5? 5 more. 5 more, and then, you know, normally they say 5 more and let's crash. But I don't know if I can crash. I think it's going to be a very exciting day. Tuesday is going to be a very exciting day. Make sure you get out. Tuesday is going to be a very exciting day. The most exciting day in the history of television was 4 years ago, right? No, but it is nice. We can take our time. I can tell you stories about some of the things that happen in government. You don't want to hear them. You wouldn't even believe them. The level of stupidity, the things that we save. Like we saved a couple of $1 billion on the embassy in Israel. We built it for slightly less. We built it for slightly less. First, I picked a site that we already owned. You know, that's better than paying millions for a site. But I picked one that was a better location, bigger, better. Then they were going to build the building for anywhere between $1 billion and this is like a 2-story building, right? $1 billion and $2 billion. And we built it for $500,000, a slight saving. We had an existing building that we fixed up. We used Jerusalem stone. I said, very expensive when you bring it to New York or Washington. But when you're building in Jerusalem, it's a very cheap material. I said, use Jerusalem stone. It's great stuff. And we opened it for $500,000 instead of $2 billion. That's one of many. We could tell you about them all night, but let's get back to the... Isn't it nice when you have a president that doesn't need a teleprompter? You have a president? It is a nice thing. I had a couple today, though, that were so windy. It was so unbelievable windy. And you wouldn't have believed it. The teleprompters were going like this. And then I finally gave up on the teleprompters, and we just talked for an hour and 20 minutes. I said, this is not possible to read those things. We're going, wah. Well, the winds were like 30, 40. The press knows they couldn't hold onto the camera. That was a positive event. They know. They never saw. It was probably minus something if you talk about wind chill. I think it was 30 degrees with a 30-mile-an-hour wind. And it was blowing right in my face. These people that set this up, it was blowing so hard. And I had a whole section on illegal immigrants pouring into our country. And I left it out because I said, if they would have had to suffer the cold weather that I was, they would never come in. They would have stayed. They would have stayed right where they came from. They had some rough, we had 3, the first 3 were freezing. So I go from freezing, and today it was like 98 degrees. I said, how warm is it in Florida? Sir, it's about 97 degrees. This is wonderful for not catching pneumonia. Biden's cruel lockdown would be especially devastating for Florida's tourism and hospitality workers, for the services industry, and for millions of Latinos in Florida, Arizona, Nevada, and all across the country. If you want a vaccine to kill the virus, a job to support your family, and freedom to live your life, then you have no choice but to cast your vote for a person named President Trump. But I don't have to talk too much about Sleepy Joe because I spent a fortune today to give you a beautiful, look at the size of that screen that we put up. Where do you have 2? You have 2 of them. This must be Florida. Look at that. You have 2 of them. Take a look. Here's a video. Roll it.
Hey, no, I haven't taken the test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying, before you got in this program, you're taking a test whether you're taking cocaine or not. What do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, this guy. Oh, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. There's not a single solitary living in the world. Why? Why, as I said, we shouldn't be in a position that everybody, and that's my wife, Jill. Hey, Jilly, I'm Jill's husband, actually.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did, and back in those days, you sure how things had changed?
Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing. If you could take care, you were a quartermaster, you can sure and help take care of running a department store thing, second floor of the ladies. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys.
The rapidly rising and with I don't know. You remember the caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. What kind of country are you going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, we'll find ourselves in a position where if Trump gets elected, we're going to be in a different world. You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in and pull and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I love kids jumping on my lap. Rock and I think it's a right for people to have habitat there.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international depression.
Thank you. We saved so much. I don't even have to say. I could say good night, everybody. Have a good. That cannot be your president. The Biden lockdown would cripple Florida. My plan will lift Florida to record highs. We've already been doing it. So joining us tonight, we have some wonderful people. You have a wonderful, great governor. Loves your state. Loves your state and loves our country. Governor Ron DeSantis, right? A man who's become a really good friend of mine. We went to war. And he's a tough guy, he's a smart guy, but he's doing a fantastic job for you and for everybody. Senator Marco Rubio. Good to see you, Marco. You have great senators. This is one that happened to be your governor also, and Ron would be the first one to say it. Rick Scott did a great job as governor, doing a great job as your senator. Rick Scott, where's Rick? Where's Rick? Thank you, Rick. And a great job on television today, Jeanette Nunes. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Wow, what a good job you did. What a job you did representing your state and said nice things about a lot of people. The only one I really cared about was me, so I was very happy. You did a great job today. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Chief Financial Officer, Jimmy Petronas. Jimmy, thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. Great. Doing great, Jimmy. And we have some warriors with us, real warriors. Mario Diaz-Balart, Congressman. Thank you, Mario. Fantastic job. Fantastic job. He's become a friend of mine. He had the, China plague, and he got better pretty quick, right? Got better quick. And now he's immune. Until I came along, they said, if you're immune for life. Everybody's immune. When I got it, I said I was immune. They said, yeah, but it's only from 4 months now. Mario, they only now give us 4 months, okay? What a terrible thing. I'm sorry I did that to all of those people. And another warrior, tough guy, smart guy, and really my friend, Brian Mast. Brian. Thank you, Brian. Congressional candidates, they're fantastic. Byron Donalds. Where's Byron? You are doing great, Byron. You are doing great. Good job. Fantastic job. And another man, I've known him for a long time. He's terrific. He's going to win. He's up in the polls, by the way. Carlos Jimenez. Where is he? Carlos. And the next mayor of, thank you, Carlos, good job. And the next mayor of Miami-Dade County, Steve Bobo. Hey, you're a popular guy, Steve. You're a popular guy. Former Attorney General and a fantastic talent and my friend for a long time. Oh, we're going to look for something for her. She had to go out and make a couple of bucks, and I'm sure she's doing great. She's always done great, and she was an incredible representative of your state, a very special woman, Pam Bondi. Pam, great. You're doing a great job. Great person. Another great person. She was so tough in California. She was the DA, right? The DA. And she was brutal. I think she's like 471 to nothing. You never wanted to get in trouble with this one. And she's a very special person to me and to my family. Kimberly Guilfoyle. And you know, I have respect for champions, okay? There's a reason you're a champion. And whether it's Jack Nicklaus, who gave us a beautiful endorsement the other day, or so many champions, right? Not too many champions. Usually they tend to choke in the end. In the end, they're not champions. But we have one of the greatest fighters anywhere in the world. In fact, I was willing before, when there was a little trouble back there, I was willing to pit whoever that poor person was against the greatest fighter, Jorge Masvidal, the greatest fighter. I went to a UFC fight. And this gentleman, and he is a gentleman, he's a great guy, actually. Hard to believe. How the hell are you such a nice guy? I have a feeling, I don't know. But he was fighting a young superstar, right? He was a young, handsome guy, really good-looking guy. Maybe that was the problem with him. He looked too good. And I was Dana White, the great Dana White. You know who Dana White is. What a job. What a job. And he said, let me tell you something. You know, Jorge's been around for a little while. He's won most of his fights. I hear he's got a very big one coming up. I'll be watching that one. I'm gonna be watching it. He's a fantastic talent. You know, he fought as a very young guy. He used to fight at 8 years old. He'd beat up people that are 16 and 17. And then one day they said, let's take this guy to the gym. And you know what? He beat up all these guys in the gym. And he said, and he's a total champion. He's a total champion. But I'll tell you, I was, and I do want to take that bet. Is that person still here? No, she went back home to mom. But we had this young, handsome, really a good, looked like a male model. And Dana White said to me, this is the future of the UFC. Watch how great he is. He's tremendous. Wasn't he like 12-0? And he walked in the ring and he was full of stuff. And this guy walks in. And the fight lasted, what was it? 1.5 seconds, I think. 5 seconds. It was the quickest knockout in the history of the UFC. Right? No, he just, it was like, ding. He runs across the ring, kicks the hell out of her in the face. And I looked at Dana, I said, Dana, what happened? What happened? He's a great fighter and he's a great guy. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you, man. Champ. He's a champ. He's got that heart. He's got that heart. Thank you, man. We need more people like him, I can tell you. We need people like him in our government that have guts and courage and smarts, too. For decades, our politicians spent trillions of dollars rebuilding foreign nations, fighting ridiculous foreign wars, and defending our foreign borders. And we didn't defend our own borders, right? But now we do. And now we're finally protecting our nation, rebuilding our cities, and we are bringing our jobs, our factories, and our troops back home to the USA where they belong. It's enough. It's enough. For 47 years, Sleepy Joe Biden betrayed Hispanic Americans. I'm not going to let you meet him, champ. You may get angry. That'd be 1/10 of 1 second. Now he wants to close your small businesses, eliminate school choice, and attack our Hispanic law enforcement heroes at the border. You know that. The radical left will assault Catholic organizations, ban prayer in school, and fund extreme late-term abortion. I will always stand with the incredible Hispanic American community. You know that. Well, that's one of the things that's going wrong with the vote. I mean, I'll tell you, you've been here so long. And some of you have been here since like yesterday, right? I know you've been online, but you've been here a long time. But I'll tell you, so one of the problems with Florida for the other side, for Sleepy Joe and the Democrats, is that they say, what happened? The Hispanic Americans are not voting. They're not coming out for Sleepy Joe. Who the hell can vote for this guy? No, they're saying that's one, right? The other one is the black community. What's going on? They're voting for Trump. They're voting for Trump. Look at you. They're voting for Trump. They're voting for Trump. Did you see it? 18%. You know, the old days they get 4%. You want 4%. You needed 4%. 18 or 19%. I think it's going up to 20%. Whatever it is, it's about 3 times what anyone's gotten. Thank you very much. Thank you to the black community. Thank you to the Hispanic community. And we're returning the pharmaceutical industry back to Puerto Rico. You know, Biden is the one that took it out. So I don't know if we have anybody from Puerto Rico. Do we have Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico? Yes. We're bringing those jobs back. That was Biden. Oh, that's right. Oh, yes. We're bringing the pharmaceutical industry back. You know, it was doing great. And then Biden and his group of clowns, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. They moved it. You know where it moved to? China. We're bringing it all back. Under my leadership, we achieved the most secure southern border in the history of the United States. And the wall right now, yeah, it's over 400 miles. It'll be finished very shortly. And it's everything that the Border Patrol, I listened to them, they wanted steel, concrete, and rebar. I said, what about just concrete plank? Sir, we want it this way. I said, okay, I'll do it. I don't want to give them any excuses, right? But it's incredible what's happened with that, and we have the most secure border we've ever had. And by the way, we want people to come into our country, but we want them to come in on merit, and we want them to come in legally, and that's what happens. That's what we're doing. We want them to come in. We need people to come in because of the jobs. We need people. The Biden-Kamala plan. How about when she introduced herself and they said the Harris-Biden administration, and then Joe Biden said the same thing like 2 hours later. He said, under the Harris-Biden administration, this is twice in one day. You know, I love Mike Pence. I think he's great, don't we? But I have a deal with Mike. I said, Mike, I will never say it's the Pence-Trump administration. But Mike has done a great job. He's done a great job. You know where he's done a great job? With NASA, the Space Center. We have done a great job with that. Mike has led it. The Biden-Harris plan would increase refugees from terrorist regions by a staggering 700%, including from Syria, Somalia, and Yemen. And I am keeping radical Islamic terrorists out of our country, if you don't mind. We're keeping them the hell out, if you don't mind. If Florida doesn't mind, we will. You know, I put a ban on. Everyone told me, what a horrible thing to do. Ask France whether or not that would be a good thing for them. Have you seen what's happened in France over the last week? No, thank you. We want people to come into our country who love our country, right? Not who hate. Like, for instance, we're going to win Minnesota. You know one of the reasons why? Ilhan Omar. She loves our country very much. She loves our country. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, she loves us very much. We invested $2.5 trillion in the U.S. military, the most ever. And you know what? I said, we got to break the budget for this one because all built in the USA. We have the best missiles, the best rockets, the best fighter jets, F-35. Submarines, nobody even close to us. We have submarine technology that nobody's even close. We have things that nobody, we are the envy of the world militarily. And when I took it over, it was a depleted, broken military. One of the most overrated generals anywhere in the history of this country came up to me and said, "Sir, we have no ammunition." This was my first week in office. I was getting a little bit frisky with a certain country. You know that, right? You all know about it. And he came and he said, "Sir, we have no ammunition." I became much less frisky with that country. I said, "It will have to wait. Now we have so much ammunition, we don't know what the hell to do with it." Okay. We also passed VA choice and VA accountability for our great vets, right? Right? Yep, they said it couldn't be done. We just got a 91% approval rating from our vets, the highest by far that we've ever had. At my direction, the United States military conducted a successful operation to rescue an American hostage kidnapped overseas just 96 hours ago. Last night, he was kidnapped 96 hours ago. We went in last night. The U.S. Special Forces brilliantly executed a daring nighttime operation. They wanted to do it so badly. They wanted to do it. Yeah, they kidnapped this young in a faraway land. They kidnapped this young American, kidnapped him, and they were negotiating for they wanted money. Once you give money, once you do that, you'll have it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. So we had some people that are the best in the world. These are the best fighters in the world, except for him, maybe, I don't know. Different kind of fighting, right? A different kind of fighting, right? But these are the best in the world, incredible people, smart, brilliant in so many ways, and great. They wanted to do it. I said, do they want to do it? You couldn't hold them back. And they went in there, and they went in by night, and it was over very quickly, and we didn't have anybody even injured slightly. We got the hostage, and unfortunately, they are gone. They are gone. Bad people. Now, if you pay them, they'll be doing just over and over, so I'd like it would be wonderful, let's say. But once you do that, even if it was a small amount, it's no good. And they didn't want a small amount. They wanted a lot of money. Over the last 4 years, we've rescued a record 55 hostages and detainees in more than 24 countries. And some of them were very tough countries, but we were able to get them out. That's a lot. That's a record, too. And where do we have Robert O'Brien? Is he around here? He's fantastic. Where's Robert? Where is Robert? He is so good. What happened to him? He's out negotiating a hostage deal. That's all he does. Where is Robert? Where's Robert? Oh, Robert, look at him. I'll tell you. He's a little tired. This is his 5th rally today, too. He's fantastic. He's fantastic. What a job he does. Thank you, Robert. Great job, too. Congratulations. That was great. I said, Robert, you want to do it? It was like, yes, before I finished the question. You want to do it, Robert? Yes. So anyway, good job. Thank you very much. The operation should serve as a stark warning to terrorists and thugs who try to kidnap our people. You cannot escape the long reach of our American military or American justice. You can't do it. Right? You can't do it. We obliterated 100% of the ISIS caliphate, and it was a mess. Let me tell you, when I took over, it was a mess. It was all over the place. It's gone 100%. We killed the leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. They were looking for him for 14. First day in office, I said to our people, great people, I said, where's al-Baghdadi? That's all I heard about. Al-Baghdadi. Every time I'd see him, where's al-Baghdadi? And one day they came in, they said, we have him, sir. What do you want us to do? I said, I'll tell you what, let's go. And we got him. Bad guy. Founded ISIS. And he was trying to rebuild it again. We eliminated the mass murder of U.S. troops and many people. Soleimani is dead. I withdrew from the last administration's disastrous Iran nuclear deal. Iran is not doing well. They had a 27% GDP decline. It was like the opposite with all the sanctions. I'll tell you, the first call I get, if we win, we got to win. First call I get will be from the Supreme Leader, as he calls himself, the Supreme Leader. I refuse to call him the Supreme Leader, but he calls himself the Supreme Leader. The first call will be from the Supreme Leader. And you know what? I'd love to make a deal with him. You know why? We don't want to do anything bad. We just can't let him have a nuclear weapon, if that's okay. Can't let him have it. Obama paid him $150 billion. $150 billion. 150 million would be a lot, but 150 billion, it's not even conceived. This is people that don't have any clue about life. Gave him 1.8 billion in cash, in green. Can you believe it? Cash. 5 plane loads, big planes, exactly. Where is that beautiful plane that we came in? Where the hell is it? Oops. Somebody stole Air Force One. Planes like that. I recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. I also recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. 52 years they've been negotiating. People would fly in, fly out, fly in, fly out, have dinner, have lunch, fly in, fly out. 52 years, I did it in 2 hours, a little bit less. And instead of endless war, we are now forging peace in the Middle East. We have the countries are lined up, green. No blood in the sand, no cost, no nothing. They want, you know what, after all these years, frankly, we just said, what did Obama do? And I heard, and you know what I did? I did the opposite. I said, what did Obama do? And then I did the opposite, and it worked. Biden and Barack Hussein Obama made a pathetic one-sided deal with the Castro regime on Cuba. That was the other thing I did. I said, who made the deal, Obama? I said, we're going to go the exact opposite way, okay? We only have a 96% approval rating with Cuban Americans, 96. 96%? Who the hell are the 4%? Fine. Champ, who are the 4%, please? Now the Biden campaign has said that they will work closely with socialist dictator Maduro in Venezuela. It's not the way you do it. My opponent embraces socialists and communists because he has no choice, because that's who he's dealing with in government. I stand with the proud people of Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela in their righteous struggle for freedom. And we're making a lot of progress. A vote for me is by the way, we're making a lot of progress. A vote for me in the Republican Party is a vote for the American dream. That's what it is. So in conclusion, over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world, and we will end our reliance on China once and for all. It's already started. We will expand opportunity zones, increase vocational education, and provide school choice to every family in America. We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities. With God's help, we will defend the right to life, religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms, your Second Amendment. will maintain America's unrivaled military might, and we will ensure peace through strength. That's what we're doing. We will end surprise medical billing, require price transparency, lower drug prices to the lowest levels they've ever gone, and we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars very soon. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto, "In God we trust." For years you had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great, incredible, wonderful people of Florida. You better vote. Vote, vote, vote. 2 days from now, America's fate is in your hands. And as I said, we win Florida, we win it all. Your vote can defeat the Washington swamp. We've done a good job of it, but it's deeper and more vicious than we ever thought. And the corrupt media right there, once and for all. So you must get out and vote. We have never had in the history of our country, I really believe this, a more important election. We will never, ever be. This guy wants to start a conversation with me. Can you believe it? That's okay, darling. Yes. Oh, good. Joan Miller from the Brooklyn Club. Great. Hi, Joan. Joan, let me finish up. Joan, thank you very much. From Tampa to Tallahassee, from Orlando to Jacksonville, and from Pensacola to Miami, we inherit the legacy of American patriots who gave their blood, sweat, and tears to defend our country and our freedom. We stand on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness, laid down the railroads, raised up the great skyscrapers, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and made America into the single greatest nation in the history of the world. And the best is yet to come. Proud citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. With your help, your devotion, your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together with the incredible people of Florida, we have made America powerful again, our military. We have made America wealthy again, wealthy, wealthy, wealthy. We have made America strong again. We have made America proud again. We have made America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Florida. Go out and vote. Thank you.
There's no need to
Wow, guys, what another amazing, incredible, energizing night hearing from our president, Donald J. Trump. Guys, times have been rough for everyone, and that's why we are even more excited to announce our newest partner. And of course, you guys probably already know who it is. We're proud to say that here at RSBN, we have officially partnered with the one and only Mike Lindell, the CEO of MyPillow. He is one of our favorite patriots to interview as well. With all the energy he gives, we know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of the bed. Make sure your sleep is a luxurious experience with MyPillow products. They have over 100 products to choose from, guys, ranging from travel pillows to dog beds to memory foam mattresses and dream suites. Check out their inventory online at www.mypillow.com. Again, that's www.mypillow.com. Use our code RSBN and check it out for up to 66% off your entire order. Again, guys, use our code RSBN at www.mypillow.com. Guys, again, another amazing night on the books. I'm proud to have been able to experience this firsthand, and thank you all for your support. Again, we could not be able to be here without you all. I'm going to transfer this to transfer this to Alex, so you could go ahead and share your last remarks, Alex. There we go.
Thank you, Zoe. And I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit of how you can continue to support us. Again, you can keep our company going to these rallies by donating to us at rsbnetwork.com/donate. That is rsbnetwork.com/donate. And you can also continue to donate in the live chat as well. But do keep in mind that YouTube does take 30% of all donations given to the live chat for themselves. And you can also mail a donation to us as well at 1550 Opelika Road, spelled Opelika Road, Suite 6, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. So thank you to everybody who did donate today. I do have a few website donations too. I'd like to thank. I can only get 2 of them up on my phone right now. The reception here is a little bit spotty, so I would like to thank Ben Nagraha, who says, praying to the Lord Jesus for victory for President Trump and the GOP. In God we trust. And from Kathy Bork, she says, incredible energy from President Trump. His actions back up what he says. He is a president that stands up to the Washington swamp. President Trump has the backs of the American people, and we have his back. Love this man and his family, and we do as well. He did such an incredible job today.
Incredible job. And Alex, where can the viewers follow you on social media? I know you didn't get a chance to share that earlier.
Well, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me there on Twitter as Real A Caldwell. That is Real A Caldwell, spelled Caldwell on Twitter. It doesn't always come up because Twitter doesn't like me too much, but that's okay. And Zoe, where can we find you again?
Again, you all can find me on Instagram as Zosobe, that's ZOSOBE, and on Twitter as Zoe Sozo, ZOESOZO. Again, guys, thank you so much for staying with us and watching this amazing rally again. President Trump has plenty more to do tomorrow, and you guys, of course, you know where to go to see and watch the great things that he is doing. So again, thank you all for tuning in and watching us tonight. Alex, I know you guys are going to be out on the road here soon tomorrow, but I will be going home. But again, thank you guys so much.
you.